Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Dream Academia. So I hope all of you are now studying for your exams. So let me continue with the important topics of WBJEE. I've already covered mathematics as well as inorganic chemistry, and today I'll be discussing about physical chemistry, the important concepts, the weightage, different chapter wise that has been asked over the years. Okay, so uh, as I've told you last week also that each part of chemistry, physical, organic as well as inorganic, are given equal weightage of 33% nearly in WBJEE. However, physical chemistry is a very conceptual part of chemistry, and you must understand each and every concepts properly, as well as you should have enough practice of numericals to be able to solve them correctly in the exam center. So, like other videos also, here I have attached just the chapter-wise weightage of questions that have been asked over the last 5 years. As you can see, solutions of class 12, very important chapter of physical chemistry, has quite a lot of weightage. 3 to 2 questions are asked from here. However, here I would like to say that from thermochemistry or thermodynamics, ionic equilibrium, as well as electrochemistry, you will get to see the 2 marks questions where you have minus half as your negative marking and plus 2. Okay, that category 2 questions, they are generally from these topics because these are the important topics and very good conceptual questions can be formed from here. Apart from that, mole concept has 2 to 1 question every year. Chemical equilibrium, although an important chapter, still only 1 or sometimes even no question is asked, as you can see in 2018. However, you can expect 1 question on an average. Similarly, here in chemical kinetics, I have also included nuclear chemistry. Sometimes questions may be asked from there. You can expect on an average of 2 to 3 questions. Okay, from surface chemistry, it's mostly from NCERT. You can expect 1 question. It's generally straightforward. So like that, you can see for all the 5 years the number of questions that have been asked over the years. Okay, now let us move to the chapter-wise important topics that we have here for WebG physical chemistry. First comes mole concept, the very first chapter of class 11 physical chemistry. Here, as you know, obviously the different concentration terms, you must know their definition as well as their formula, how to convert from one factor to another. Like if you are given molality, you have to find maybe mole fraction, or maybe you are given normality, you have to find molality. So all these different conversions you must know. You must know the definition of each term. Okay, n factor is very important as well as normality. You can these concepts help you to even solve problems of redox reaction, titrations, and this is actually the backbone of your physical chemistry. So from WebG point of view, stoichiometry is very important. You can expect questions from here. And other limiting reagent is important. So mainly you must know about all the concentration terms, limiting reagent, and solving questions on stoichiometry, chemical equations. Apart from that, you must also have the concept of oxidation and reducing agent, the oxidation state of some of the elements, how to find rather the oxidation state of any any element from a given compound, like that. Okay, next let us move to atomic structure. Here Bohr model is very important. From there you must know how to calculate the energy, radius, velocity. So they all have a general expression, you must remember them. And you must also know the relation of the principal quantum number, that is n, how is it related with energy, radius, velocity. So simple questions can be formed from there as well. Then the next important part for WBJEE is quantum numbers and its sums. So from here you are given a random element. I have also told this in case of periodic table last day when I was discussing inorganic chemistry. So you must be given a random element and will ask about the number of electrons in its d orbital, or about the quantum numbers of the last electron. So for that you must have a good understanding of quantum numbers. Apart from that, Bohr atomic model and the quantum mechanical model along with emission spectra are important for WBJEE. Let's move to gaseous state. Generally this topic you can see maybe 1 question or sometimes no question in WBJEE. However, here Dalton's law of partial pressure is quite important. Ideal and real gas, you must know the equations. and some other laws are there like Boyle's law, Charles' law. All the questions are not asked from there. However, their in-depth understanding can be better for even the other chapters as well. So mostly here from here, Dalton's law, partial pressure, ideal and real gas, the equation, numericals on them, and some concepts of surface tension and viscosity are important. You have, I guess, you also learn them in physics, so the concept remains the same. Okay, so now next, let's move to the other chapter, the most important chapter from class 11, for in fact for the entire physical chemistry also, is thermodynamics and thermochemistry. Now this is a very conceptual chapter. You must understand all the concepts properly here to be able to solve numericals, as well as sometimes very theoretical conceptual questions can also be framed from these chapters. So from here you must know what is reversible and irreversible process. Various kinds of questions, very conceptual questions can be formed from these kinds of processes. Enthalpy, very important. First law of thermodynamics, the different thermodynamic processes like isothermal, adiabatic, the work done, heat exchange in all these processes, and the questions related to bond enthalpy, etc. Other enthalpies, ionization enthalpy. The second law of thermodynamics, entropy, as well as Gibbs energy. Now Gibbs free energy, delta G, is very important for your WBJEE. Questions have been asked from here previously. So for thermodynamics, you can focus on the concepts like reversible, irreversible process, the different thermodynamic processes, enthalpy, then the second law, entropy, as well as Gibbs free energy, the equation, solving numericals on them. Okay, first you should have a clear and very good understanding of the basic concepts. Then you should go for solving sufficient numericals. Next is chemical equilibrium, another important chapter. Now from chemical equilibrium, thermodynamics and ionic equilibrium, you may see mixed numericals, especially from chemical and ionic equilibrium. However, they are generally not asked in WBJEE, but sometimes they may even be asked like 1-2 mark question in category 2. You can see some mixed concept numerical from these two chapters. So for chemical equilibrium, you must know what is law of mass action, equilibrium constant, how to find it. This is very important, relationship between Kp and Kc. You can find questions from here. Reaction quotient, that is your Q value, what happens when Q is greater than Kc, less than Kc, all these things. Then your again Le Chatelier's principle. Now this is very important. Now this concept of Le Chatelier principle, various questions have been formed from here, and you must also the applications of Le Chatelier principle, like change in pressure, change in temperature, what will happen, in which direction the reaction will proceed, all these are very important here from the chemical equilibrium. Equilibrium constant, numericals on them, law of mass action, your relationship between Kp, Kc, reaction quotient, as well as your Le Chatelier principle. These are the most important concepts of chemical equilibrium. Now moving on to ionic equilibrium, obviously concepts of acids and bases you should know. Although you need not go into very details of those Bronsted theory and Lewis theory, however you must just know the basic concepts. Next is Ostwald's dilution law. Sometimes this is important for this concept is important in solving numericals. Ionic product of water. Now this is pH calculations. Obviously you must know about the pH calculation in different cases: strong acid, weak base, weak acid, weak base. So all these cases you must know. Common ion effect is very important. Last year only there was a question from here, and as well as there was also a question from solubility product. So, and it was a 2-mark question, I remember. So now this concept of solubility product, salt hydrolysis, your Henderson equation, all these are important from ionic equilibrium. However, you must give special focus on your pH calculation, solubility product, as well as salt hydrolysis. Okay, there are, I guess, 4 cases in salt hydrolysis, so you must remember all of them. It's better to actually remember the pKa formula for salt hydrolysis. Often it's not advisable to derive them in the examination hall. So obviously you must understand the concept and then go for your formula and numerical solving. Okay. So now let's move to the class 12 topics. First comes is solid state. Generally from here hardly one question is asked, and that too not every year you will find questions of solid state. However, you must know the some of the basic things here, like the classification of solids, what are the types of lattices, CCP in your 3D, types of voids. Yes, this is one important factor, your tetrahedral and octahedral voids from where numericals can also be formed, and packing fraction, all the conditions, all those given in NCERT. And the packing fraction, all of them, if you remember the packing fraction of different cases, then it's fine, because generally from solid state not many questions have been asked. And crystal defects, now this part, generally questions have not been asked from here till date. However, some theoretical questions may be formed since it's given in NCERT, but from here your voids, that is octahedral and tetrahedral void, as well as your packing fraction calculation, and one more thing is the density calculation, that formula is important from here. Okay, now solutions, as I said, a very important chapter. Here you will find 3 questions from here in your WBJEE, or at least 2 questions for that matter. So first is vapor pressure. Now this is also like thermodynamics, theoretical one. You must know the concept before you go into solving numericals. It is not just application of formulae. You must have a good grasp of the basic concepts. So vapor pressure of solution, how to calculate Raoult's law. Obviously you must have the idea of the Raoult's law and then go for sufficient practice of numericals. Henry's law, Henry's constant, you have theoretical questions from Henry's constant. Then you must know what is azeotrope. Colligative properties, the most important part of this chapter. Solutions, very important. And Van 't Hoff factor, obviously. Now the most important parts, so as I mentioned, is vapor pressure, Raoult's law, colligative properties, as well as the numericals of Van 't Hoff factor. Next is electrochemistry. Now this is again one of the most important chapters of your physical chemistry from any examination, and that includes your WBJEE as well. So here you must know about the different types of cells. Okay, the different cells. Then salt bridge, the concept of salt bridge, why is it used, how is it formed, what is its utility. Then is the basic calculation of EMF. Then using Nernst equation, this is very important. You can find questions from here in previous years from Nernst equation. Concentration cell, electrolysis is another important topic, Faraday's law obviously, and conductance. Now from conductance again, this is a very important part. You can find questions from here. It was there also in the previous years. So you from electrochemistry, although the whole chapter is important because it's a very basic and conceptual important chapter of physical chemistry. The most important concepts for your WBJEE are the different types of cells, salt bridge, calculation of EMF, especially using Nernst equation, electrolysis, and your conductance. That part where you are given those resistivity values, and you have to find the molar conductance and all those. So these kinds of numericals are asked from there. Now next is the last 2 are left now, the chemical kinetics. Yes, now this includes nuclear chemistry also. Sometimes you can see questions in WBJEE from nuclear chemistry as well. Here obviously again there are some terms like what is rate of a reaction, what is the rate constant, how are they related. Okay, now the reactions of various order, generally you are asked up to 2nd order. However, for half-life there is a general expression. For that you can be asked for nth order as well. You must know the graphs of the various orders, not only of the concentration versus time, but even the log of the concentration versus time, because they ask you the nature of the graphs in the MCQ questions. And obviously activation energy theory and Arrhenius equation, this is very important. You can see questions from here, right? So the rate of reaction from here is important, the terms, rate constant, then the various reactions of various order, half-life, questions from half-life can be seen in previous years, graphs, and Arrhenius equation and activation energy. Okay, next is surface chemistry, again not very important from the point of view of WebG. However, from here this is rather towards theoretical chapter more than conceptual. However, there are some important concepts like your adsorption theory, Langmuir and Freundlich absorption isotherm, and the colloids part. Now from colloids you must know the gold number, Hardy-Schultz rule, and emulsions. Now for emulsions, you can only know the definition and example, and for gold number you should know the definition. That is very important. And for this curve, Langmuir curve, you must know the nature of the curve. And mostly from here, questions are formed either from your Hardy-Schulz rule or from colloids, right? Okay, so that is it for the important concepts of physical chemistry. Now, just some general points which I would like you to note is that firstly, for physical chemistry, as I have mentioned earlier only, that it is a very conceptual part of chemistry, and so practice of numerical is very important. Now, you must be wondering where we will get numericals. So after you have finished going through the concepts, as you know that regular videos of physical chemistry also are being uploaded in our channel only. So you can join our Telegram channel. The link will be given in the description. Also, it's there in YouTube as well. So from there, you will get the study material, exclusive study material for Dream Academia. So you can practice them. They are being designed specially for WBJEE as well. So you can design them. Once you join the Telegram group, you will get access to that. Okay, one more thing I would like to emphasize here is that you must have idea about different types of numericals from chapters like thermodynamics, equilibrium, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics, different types. Sometimes mixed concepts from various chapters may be asked, so you must have idea about that. So what you can do PYQs of WBJEE. Obviously you have to do it. You can give some special focus towards the PYQs of BITSAT as well, although the level is not exactly similar, but anyways you can do them for practice as well. You can obviously solve questions of JEE mains as well. So I have regularly emphasized this throughout the video, is that concepts in physical chemistry are very, very important, because just memorizing formulae won't help you solve any numerical, because the numericals need, or rather they test your concepts. You can note down, however, the formulas once you have gone through the concepts, you have understood them very fine. Then you can note down the formulas just to revise them at intervals, or just before the exam. If all the formulas are jotted down, then obviously it's a very helpful to just revise before the exam. But most important is the concepts. And for, as I said, for practice, you can join our Telegram group where the study materials will be provided. They have been designed exclusively for WBJEE only. Okay, so before I end this video, I would like to tell you that I have already brought about the video of mathematics from your chemistry. I have given inorganic as well as physical. Now for organic chemistry, if you want to know the important concepts, see, most of them have been told in the video which has been given on our channel only. If you see, this was the first video in our channel of organic chemistry, where almost the entire syllabus was discussed in detail, focusing on the important topics. Now here you will find the important concepts of JEE, WBJEE as well as JEE Advanced. So all these have been mentioned over here. So if you want to know the important concepts for organic chemistry, you can go through this video. Although in organic chemistry there is nothing to skip, you must know everything, because they ask questions based on reaction mechanism. They give those long chain of reactions, so you must know everything. There is nothing to skip. However, still, if you want to know the important concepts, you can go through this video, where almost every chapter of organic chemistry, all the important concepts have been mentioned in detail over here. Now, as I said, that you can join our Telegram group from this link here given in YouTube. And also I would like to take you through our channel once. Here you will find videos have been uploaded regularly on almost all the topics important for your JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, BITSAT. Okay, and you will also find some important videos like details of WBJEE, then important concepts of mathematics. Okay, that I have given only. Today I have covered your chemistry. Okay, so here you will, in the playlist section, you will get to know that playlists have been created for all the different parts. Like you will find separate playlists for organic, inorganic, physical, separate playlists for your physics section as well. Okay, so that's it for today. Just one last information I would like to give you is that we have been launching this exclusive crash course for WBJEE. Now this will be launched in the month of April, and I we can assure you that it is obviously for free, and I can assure you that it is going to be one of the best crash courses that you can avail for free at this last moment, and this will be the best practice for you for WBJEE. So I urge all of you to join this crash course. Here, as you can see, you will get daily videos, and the complete course will be covered with important questions focused towards WBJEE. It will give your preparation a great boost. So detailed analysis of concepts will be made. We will not only be solving questions but also discussing the important concepts that are associated with each and every question, and in that way you can revise your whole syllabus in a short time period. Also, we'll be providing you exclusive DPPs chapter wise, and then mixed question problem sheets will also be provided. Then there will be doubt sessions. As you know, as I've told you to that the link of the Telegram group will be there. So once you join that, your doubts will be solved individually and personally. And then you have, at the end there will be a test series as well. In the middle also, after completion of certain number of chapters, we will be taking some tests. But at the end also there will be a full test series which will be focused completely on WBJEE. So this is starting in the month of April. So guys, join our Telegram group, and if you are having any any sort of if you feel that your preparation maybe for WBJEE is not up to the mark, definitely I would suggest you to join this crash course. Right, it is absolutely for free, and we will cover here the entire syllabus with all the important concepts. Questions will be discussed thoroughly in class, as well as you will get exclusive DPPs. So meet you then in the crash course. Until then, follow our videos that's coming in our channel. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Bye.